Wolf Tracks. I'm Bobby the Wolf Mullins, your paranormal shock jock, your DJ, the outlaw, the #1 bad boy of paranormal. Yeah, it's me. Anyway, welcome to Wolf Tracks, and I'm just currently filling my girl up. Sorry for a little fog on the brain. I partied a little hard with the boss on his birthday, and nothing like a little hair of the wolf to get me going again. Oh. Anyway, let's just say we tied one on, and if you tuned into GTN, you saw the lunacy that was the boss of GTN, Richard Parnell, and Bobby the Wolf Mullins doing an impromptu show at his headquarters and having a good time, basically. Slamming down a little Jack Black and beer and smoking cigarettes and lying and whatever you want to call it. So we had a good time. But anyway, let me get my disclaimer. Sorry, like I said, a little brain fog. I've been hammered. I'm hammered like a 10-penny nail. Holy cow. Whoa. Anyway, if you don't like what you see, you don't like what you hear, the topics, the language, the equipment, turn me off. But if you like the topics, the language, the equipment, whatever, turn me on. That goes out to Eric King, guys. Like I said, the wolf's kind of dragging today. I had 3 days of just, oh my God. Anyhow, I did a little impromptu birthday commercial. You check it out on YouTube. You'll see why the wolf's dragging. Wolf dragon. Be a weird combination. There's your cryptozoology right there. A wolf dragon. Flies, has fur, teeth, whatever. But anyway, let's get on with the show, shall we? I had something hit me funny the other day. I thought, all right, time travel. Everybody's talking about, supposedly the aliens time travel to us. They're from another dimension and whatever. All right, now, let's go with that. I want you to think about something. All right, let me turn the background music down just a little bit. I want you to think about something. There is a guy, okay, Let me get my notepad of information. There's a guy named Ronald Mallett. He's a theoretical physicist, and he does what's called a ring laser, okay? It ends up spinning the lasers end up spinning the empty space and creating a void or a vacuum, and it's able to send neutrons back and forward in time. Now, I know you're thinking, well, a neutron's so big, fucking whoop. I know. All right, but he's going to spin them up for 1 and down for 0. And the neutron will constantly spin up or spin down. 1 and 0. Now, what is 1 and 0? If you put a bunch of 1s and 0s together, what would that be? Think. That's binary code. All right, now, dumb question. This is what intrigued me, okay? Time. Let's say timeline. If you walk into your house right now and slap your parents or your brother or best friend, before you did that, y'all were all cool. After you slap them, now you're enemies. Different timeline. You've jumped timelines. Well, this Mallet guy has started this ring laser technology up, so the timeline has jumped into a possible time travel scenario. So now if that's correct, and he's correct, and the technology constantly progresses throughout time, then should be the answer, we are having some technical difficulty. There you go. I fixed it. It doesn't matter. Anyway, if he's already done this and set the ball in motion for this ring laser and sending neutrons back or forward in time, especially forward, then would it make sense for us to look for these neutron patterns of spin up, spin down binary code? Would these neutrons have the information we need to do time travel? What if we got messages from the future in binary code in what Mr. Mallet, Professor Mallet, whatever, has come up with, telling them how to do it or what we need to do, written in spin up, spin down binary code? Ooh, there's a thought for you. That's an original one on Wolf Tracks right there, baby. Yeah, only on Wolf Tracks do you think that far ahead, that much craziness. But it's possible, guys. It's possible. if the ball is set in motion, the ring laser theoretical ball is set in motion, in theory, it would stay in motion, just like, relativity, all that mess. All right, it's going to keep advancing. So, in theory, he started it. All right, look. He started it here. Okay, he started it here. Ring laser. All right, he started it here. Progression, 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 progression. Bang. Time travel. All right, so he's sending neutrons here. What's to say here doesn't send neutrons back to here with the binary code so we can decipher it and figure out how to get from here to here and get time travel? What's to say we don't already have it? Really? Okay, now look. You got to think outside the box on this deal, guys. Whew. Love nothing. Whew. Love a cold one in the morning. But anyway, guys, just think about it. I mean, they speculate that the Greys, I know we're going to go off into aliens again. They speculate that the Greys are time traveling because, number one, they're checking on us. And number two, because they can't replicate. They can't propagate their species. Basically, what they're saying is it could be us in the future. Now, if that's the case, and we've gotten so advanced that we can't replicate, then of course time travel is going to be relevant to our survival. And it would explain why the cattle mutilations, sheep mutilations, and abductions. Because if you think about it, the reproductive organs of cattle, sheep, the reproductive organs of sheep especially, but cattle, they're growing our organs in cattle now to harvest. So we can, have backup organs, stuff for transplants. So the systems are relatively the same in cattle and sheep as us, and they're abducting humans, according to the local trailer park population. They're abducting humans and doing weird experiments on them. Or are they taking tissue samples? What are they doing? No one really knows. I mean, because everybody thinks everybody's crazy for saying it. I don't know. Do what you do. But if that's the case, that means the Greys have been time traveling for a while. They say that Roswell, the disc, which I have my own theory on this, but they say the disc was actually a time-traveling ship that hops through time, hops like the Easter Bunny, and miscalculated and hit something and crashed at Roswell. Okay, cool. That's great. I currently think, my theory is that it's disc technology from the Nazi SS scientists that were doing disc technology from Operation Paperclip, but hey, let's run with the time travel thing. I currently think it's, kind of ironic that right after we bring the scientists over from Nazi Germany, the SS scientists that were working on flying wing technology, disc technology, the Bell technology, vertical lift, rockets, the ballistic missiles, all of a sudden we start getting all this technology and things start happening. They notice the flying wings in Alaska, the disc lands in Roswell a little after they get here. NASA uses the jet propulsion systems of the one SS Nazi scientist who helped start NASA. The brothers did the flying wing technology. We have the B-2 bomber. Come on, really? But anyway, let's go with the time travel thing. I noticed that Giorgio Sokolov made a reference to the Hadron Collider in Switzerland, a very large machine that helps us try to discover what's called the God particle. Basically, it crashes protons in each other, and in theory, when they crash, pieces go everywhere, and we study the pieces. But the Hadron Collider looks a lot like the Mayan calendar. It's a really close facsimile of the Hadron Collider and the Mayan calendar. And if the Mayan calendar is the key to time, and the Hadron Collider is the key to figuring out time or time travel, I think it's kind of ironic that they're both basically the same thing. Now, could the Mayans have already had this ability? Yeah, no. That's what makes this field so much fun. I don't know if you realize this or not, but a lot of you get too serious with this. It's all theory. It's all speculation. And everybody's like, oh, well, I'm right. I'm right. Well, look, I'm just putting pieces of information out there for you guys. I want you to think. I want you to come up with your own ideas. You know, if you think that the Hadron Collider and in Switzerland and the Mayan calendar look alike and they had that, hey, bonus. If you don't, bonus. You know, at least I got you to think. If I got you to think on the proton things or neutron things, spin up, spin down, and the ring of light making the time travel possible from Professor Malik, and you think it's possible, and we should be looking for these strings of protons that are spin up, spin down, binary code in a row. Well, then I got you to think. That's the object of the show, guys. That's it. I want you to think. I want you to open your eyes, open your ears, open your mind, think. Pay attention to what's around you, guys. Don't take things for face value. Don't take them at face value, guys. Especially on stuff like this. Don't think that our government or any government is actually telling us everything we need to know. That they know. They're not. Okay? Just letting you know, well, first on the Wolf Tracks. I'm trying to get a friend of mine to do his own show. Just thought I'd throw that out there. It's going to be on Doomsday Preparedness. Now, whatever the hell he's going to call it, name it, whatever. We are currently working on that. Now, whether that pans out, I don't know, because I was working on a radio show for y'all with a friend of mine. And it's going to be on Blog Talk, but apparently that fell through. Oops, excuse me. Woo! Another burp's like beer. But anyhow, look, hopefully this will pan out, and we'll get you another show via Wolf Tracks to pitch on to the GTN site. Maybe get another show on there for you guys to watch. This guy's very knowledgeable. His name's Kevin Graham. He is a big-time doomsday prepper, and I think it would be fascinating to hear him describe what he does and how he does and what he does to get ready and all this preparedness and weird devices and whatnot. But back to the time travel thing. It's possible. Like they say, anything we can think of is possible. There's nothing out of our reach with our intelligence. We take for granted our intelligence all the time. But look at our past. Look how all we had to do was think about something, and it just took a little time, and we made it possible. Traveling to the moon. You know what I mean? Launching a satellite to the edge of our solar system and beyond. Putting a rover unit on Mars. They're talking about putting a nuclear-powered sub on Europa, the ice moon of Jupiter. Because they say that the moon has water inside it. And if it's hollow with water inside it and ice on the cover, or on the outside, that means there's life inside. They want to see what the alien life looks like. So they're going to launch this nuclear sub up there and hit Europa with it and go fishing, basically. All we have to do is think about it, guys. That's the crazy thing. That's the crazy thing about humans. All we have to do is think, come up with an idea, and then it becomes possible. So, look, I'm going to get off here. We're going to call it a short one today. Like I said, the wolf is reeling from his week, and I'm still kicking. You know, the number one bad boy, the outlaw, he's still kicking. It's just he's a little tired. So, look, remember what I say, guys. Open your eyes, open your ears, open your minds. Pay attention. Pay attention to what walks by, crawls by, flies by, and or slithers by. And if you get a picture of it, send to old Bobby the Wolf Mullins. I just might use it on the air. Contact me at 1whitewolf0706@att.net. And as usual, this is a show. This show can be seen not only on YouTube, but on GTN, Ghost Tales Television Network. Go to them for all your paranormal superstation needs. And get a koozie, keychain, whatever. There's no Wolf Track stuff. I don't know. I don't understand. Why isn't there Wolf Track stuff? Yeah, who does? Maybe it's too popular. I don't know. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna holler at y'all later. And remember, as always, on 3, 2, 1, holler at your